Yo!
Hey guys, welcome to Henshin Hangout.
Woo!
We're back at our regular time schedule, and we got Johnny here. We're missing Justin. We're always missing Justin. Yeah. So welcome to Henshin Hangout. You got Henshin Hangout, you guys. Sorry, I'm feeling a little loopy.
What happened on Ranger Wrap Up?
I don't know. It's something happened.
But it's right. We're
You
here
guys,
again. We're back at our regular time.
Yeah, you guys.
Henshin Hangout. Henshin Hangout.
Yeah.
And Jezzer, I believe you have something you want to say.
Yeah, you guys, thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday night. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us, and
We appreciate that.
I was like, did you forget?
Of course
Did you
not.
forget? I know there's always I can't remember who the person in the chat is. I was like, hey, you didn't say it. But yeah. So let's see who's in the chat. We got J Boss, Johnny Marrero, Super Mega Red Rat Wing.
What's up, Blackwing? What's up, Blackwing?
Rat Wing and DDT and Edward Sanchez. Yeah. Hey Johnny, how was your Thanksgiving, bro?
My Thanksgiving was pretty dope.
It probably wasn't as exciting as Daniel's, but
What happened with Daniels?
you'll figure that out.
Well, because I know me and Daniel were supposed to go sneaker shopping,
And then?
I hit him up, and he disappeared on me on Friday.
Oh, did
and
he?
Here's the thing, Daniel has been harassing me to get a pair of Yeezys, and I found him a pair of Yeezys for $100 in his size.
Oh,
and I
dope.
tried contacting him, but
No, he'll tell you why. There's a reason
Okay.
why. But so you had a good time. Did you go Black Friday shopping?
yes, a little bit. So for Black Friday, I went and bought a new laptop.
Oh, did you?
Yep, hit up Best Buy, got me a new laptop and everything like that.
Yeah, is it
PC
Mac?
for life.
PC for life.
I bought a little bit of clothes shopping, a little bit of shoe shopping, things like that.
Is it? Did you get this?
Oh no! This is OG. I've worn this one before, but had to do it from Henshin. And so, what about you though?
Did I go Black Friday shopping? No. On Friday I worked, and my boss. I was the only one really there. And my boss wasn't there.
Oh, I'm sorry,
So
Jess.
I opened up his office and I took a nap on his comfy couch.
Nice.
For 8 hours.
Nice. Nice.
So it was a good Friday.
That's dope.
So yeah, we're here. We're here to talk about our favorite shows:
Woo!
Kamen Rider Zeo,
Kamen Riders.
and of course
Kamen Rider Zeo.
Lupin. Dude, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like the show, at least with Kamen Rider Zeo, they're watching our live stream and it's like, oh, that's what we want. Well, let's do the total opposite.
Pretty much.
For the past 10 episodes, I'm trying to figure out the timeline. I'm trying to figure out the time travel part of this show, and then they just throw it all off. They start off this episode like super crazy. I was like, damn, did I miss an episode or something?
Exactly.
Did they show scenes in like 10.5? And I was just like, damn, man. Were you kind of thrown off a little bit by the beginning?
So when they opened it up, when it was like already in the midst of a battle.
Yeah, he already has the armor and everything.
like that. I was like, oh, cool. They're trying something new here. I was excited for it because they're switching it up because remember I kept saying like it's so predictable because we know the beasts are going to hit every single time. So it's like this is cool. And then shows up and was like, oh, but you don't need him anymore. You can work on your own and blah blah blah. Which is like, oh, so maybe this will lead to something. But then no, it doesn't lead anywhere.
He kind of wakes up and, dude, I don't know, like.
It was...
There's even I did enjoy one part. The whole thing with the girl and him where they keep changing off.
See, that actually got me annoyed because when they were doing that, I'm like, it's time travel. It's obvious what's happening here.
And she doesn't
Why
even
are you acting like you can't realize this?
You're wearing a blue shirt, now you're wearing a white shirt, now you're wearing a blue shirt, now you're wearing a white shirt. And then she's doing, I don't know if it's for animes, is that a thing where they're talking and she's kind of, like her head's like under the counter, like she's... Oh. Is that some kind of a trope?
It can be sometimes.
Oh, super chat from Super Mega Red. He said,
Mega Red.
Just started watching with this week. So far, so good.
Oh, just started watching Bill this week.
Oh, Bill this week.
Dude,
yes.
welcome.
Dude.
First off, welcome to Henshin Hangout.
Yes, thank
happy
you.
You're watching Bill. Bill again is one of our favorites, and I'm happy you're
it's one of our
have a great
favorites.
ride.
It's the only Kamen Rider series that we kind of finished though.
For me,
we're a little
it's,
biased. We're a little bit biased.
It's the one we watched all the way through, but it's one of our favorites.
Another super chat from Toku Kid. He says it's mini series to Gaim. It's had the same thing. I don't know, man. It was so weird.
Here's the problem, because here's the thing. So,
if you watch Gaim.
But
we were talking about that last week. Where
exactly.
Especially with shows like, we always go back to Gokaiger, where they give a quick little reference to what it is. I feel like they need to do with they need to do like a pop up menu where it kind of
like an old school like pop up video. This guy is from blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's like this is who this guy is. This is who this guy is. But one interesting thing though that
can I comment on that real quick?
Yeah.
Because the thing about this, I agree with you. Because again, I made that comment last week, and I was watching this week's episode. I was like, I want to just pay as close attention to this as possible to see if I can figure out who all these people are. Because I was like, they must have something to do with Gaim. So I'm hoping they'll explain some stuff. But again, they don't explain anything. Like with the whole dance troupe and everything like that, and they go to like the other world, and I'm like, okay, this guy here was this Gaim?
Yeah,
is he not Gaim? Is he like a villain and everything like that? But I'm like, he's cool though. Yeah. He's cool. Like I did like that guy who's in Another World, the head dance leader or whatever. Yeah. He seemed like a badass.
Yeah, he seemed like a cool. Another cool scene in it is like when Sougo is confronting this guy and everybody disperses because they change. Mm-hmm. They all disperse and then you see the girl in the middle. It's like, oh, that's a pretty cool scene.
No, I so
there's
like
cool.
That too.
There's cool scenes. There's cool scenes, but like I keep pulling my hair out trying to figure out the timeline and trying to figure out how things actually work. Because once you like kind of figure it out, like, oh, that's how it works. That's what happens. And then they just throw that theory out the window and have another. I was like, God. Really?
No, I agree with you. When that scene happened, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "I love how people in Japan know now." I was like, "People transform, we run."
Yes, exactly.
It's like we know to run now.
We've been through like 30 years of Super Sentai. We know when something goes down, you run the other way.
Exactly. We have drills. It's like one little kid's pretending Henshin, and all the children run away.
Yeah, it's like
everyone knows.
It's like he got those motherfucking belts. Let's get out of it. Let's get out of it.
Exactly. Something's about to happen. If there's 5 of them, run even faster. It might be Zords. And then what I also loved about this too, though, was I love the armor. Like I love the armor they had in this episode.
The armor was cool.
Yeah, because
it's the aesthetic seemed more like with the other rider attachments to the rider. It didn't make any some of it didn't make any sense. Super chat from Toku Kid. He says 2 returning riders are Gaim and Baron. Gaim and Baron.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. So they're both returns from that series. And see, here's the thing. Thank you, Toku, for the information. So 2 things. One, I agree. Like the armors are super dope. I love like the orange armors and everything like that he was using. Mm-hmm. We have a samurai element to it, which I'm guessing Gaim dealt a lot with. And then
I saw some Gaim. They had like the animations are kind of like. What's that, Fruit Ninja or something?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I saw it had orange slices on it. But the another rider, though...
The belt's pretty cool.
Oh, dude, the another rider, though, looked dope as hell.
Yeah.
Like, he had this, samurai Rito Repulsa thing going on. I was like, this dude looks badass.
Dude, like, his visor and everything. So, the armor that Sougo gets, like, we see at the very beginning, it's flush. Like, it's flush to the suit. It looks like it's part of the suit. Versus, like, the other suits where it's kind of... Like, it's... They kind of fit too, but you could tell that they're trying to make it pop out and stand out. Yeah. So it was cool. I liked it. Look, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks cool. And
like when you get to the orange slice parts and everything like that, that's where like you see that fruit aesthetic and everything like that. Yeah. But I did like the whole samurai feel of it because I thought it was gonna be like a more samurai-esque episode. Mm-hmm, and so once we get into it, I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I thought like sometimes when you're really watching that you're getting really into the story, the story's getting interesting, and then that's where they end it. Mm-hmm. You know, that's where they end it. It's like, oh, man, why do you guys do this? Why is there so much talking and so much, you're just trying
There's
to...
no plot development. It was a lot of fluffer.
And then right when it's about to get good, that's the end of the episode.
Exactly. And the thing about this was that I'm not liking what they're doing with guys right now.
Yeah.
Because the whole
Gates,
thing...
Yeah.
Gates,
the whole...
Yeah.
It was interesting. Like, I thought they're going to go, like, this whole thing with him and Schwartz and Aura and them.
Mm-hmm. But I hate the way they look at him so weak right now.
Yeah.
Like I commented on that like a couple episodes ago when he got beat by Sougo so easily, and then we get to today's episode and he's like he just got taken out easily, sent to the other world and everything like that.
Oop. Super chat from Super Mega Red. Thank you very much. You said the Hensai Forever trailer looks dope. Well, we'll check that out. Heisei Forever.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, we're gonna check.
We haven't seen the trailer yet.
Yeah.
We'll have to pull that up in a sec.
Yeah.
Thanks for the update.
Thank you, Super Mega Red. Thank you so much.
So this week, and then but one of the cool things we'll talk about them when we get to the Sentai later. But yeah, again, it's just like they have so much.
And it was
potential.
quick. Like they were kind of aligned together. because we got a little tease last episode. They were lined together for like 5 minutes, and then as soon as he saw how they deal with things, he was out. He's like, no, I can't deal with you just killing or like hurting random civilians.
Which is cool, and when I saw that, I was like, Gates is more of a hero than Sougo is.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Sougo does that, but Gates is just more like resolved about it. But again, though, it doesn't make any sense for Gates to be this weak compared to Sougo. And again, like him getting sent to the other world so easily, I just don't like how his character's being written right now. Like at the end of this, he needs to get a major power up to kind of redeem himself. Yeah. But at the same time,
you know
he
what's gonna happen?
Need that much of a power up.
What's gonna happen? Like prediction, maybe like Woes gets his suit, and then he's like even more popular, stronger than Gates. So Gates is gonna be our version of Grease from.
No, Joe, don't you dare! Don't you dare! He is nothing like Grease. Grease was a respectable writer who held his own with one form and was a boss. He's getting beat down.
He was a leader with a team of his own, and they all got their butts whooped.
No. They got their butts whooped because they tried to give you steroids and they went the wrong route. That's pretty much what happened. They took those. It's kind of like being on a baseball team. He's like, don't take steroids trying to get more home runs. But here's the thing I will say though. He's low key. Gates is turning into like Yamcha.
Yamcha? Oh no!
Like he started off really cool, like oh look at him using the wolf and and controlling the key and everything. Go Yamcha! And then by the time we get to see, like,
go Yamcha!
Yamcha,
he's like, stay there in heaven. Don't come back down.
And that's what's happening to kids right now. He's low-key becoming Yamcha. Not even Krillin, because Krillin got a girl. He got married. He had children. Gates is Yamcha right now.
I'm telling you, the heroes in this show, the protagonists in the show, are weak. Like. I'm rooting for the Time Jackers. I've been rooting for the Time Jackers.
The Time Jackers are low key kind of boss.
Yeah.
Like I love when they showed up and it's like you want the chance to like take out your enemies. Everybody gets in your way.
Yeah.
Guess what? Not giving you a choice.
And you could tell like even with the actors and actress, they're like on a different level than like Gates and Sougo are. Like Schwartz. He's menacing. Like he you could tell that he's a veteran actor. He knows how to depict himself in a more evil way.
I will say this too, though. It is like to their credit, it is a little bit fun to play the villain because you're the villain. It's like you get to have a little more fun with it, chew the scenery, everything like that. But when you're one of the heroes, you have to you have this thing you got to live up to, and I think that's a problem with Sougo. Like Sugo's actor, he looks like an innocent kid, but his acting right now. Dude, he's not convincing me. He's not pulling me in. Like, I don't believe in him anymore.
You don't
like in those first couple episodes, I was like, yeah, you're going to be king. You're going to save the day. But now I'm just like, dude, you kind of... you're kind of annoying. You're starting to annoy me, to be honest with you.
It just reminded me, there's like one funny scene that I was legit laughing at in the beginning where Woes comes into the uncle's shop, and then he's like, hey, can you fix this? And then his uncle immediately, without even looking at it, he's just like, no, we only fix clocks and watches here. And he looks at it, he's like, oh shit, it's a clock, it's a watch, let me fix it. Like, I thought that was funny.
No, I love that part too, but I didn't like the metaphor they used right there. Because who brought it in? It was Woz. Like, sorry, I have terrible names. So Woz comes in, gives it to him, and Woz is like, this clock is like Gates. You get rid of things that you don't need. And he's trying to throw in the trash. And I love like the grandfather, the uncle's like, catch, like, no. You can repair this and make it better so you can still use it. But at the same time, I'm like, is that what Gates is? He's broken right now? Like, what's broken about him?
How are you broken in like the first 10 episodes?
Exactly.
In the first 10 episodes. And that's a fault of the writers, like character development. They don't get it locked down. I don't know, like they say that every season is a different writing group. I don't know if that's helping them out, really. Like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, it's changing writers every season?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because it's kind of like Sentai and Power Rangers. It gives you a chance to do new storylines, bring in new people and everything like that. It makes sense. My only thing about it is, though, is that, I think the thing they're messing up here is, like, the writing team. Is that what you said? The writing team?
Writing team.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you said writing team, like the writers.
No, writing team.
Yeah. I think that's the thing, too. Like, I agree with you. Like, you should keep some writers around if you bring in other ones because you have someone to say, this is how we do things. Exactly. Bring in new ideas and stuff like that. Or at least have maybe a consistent, like, showrunner for at least 2 or 3 seasons. But, yeah, this is not a good look right now. This is not a good look.
And you posted something on THS Hashtaggers trying to ask them, like, what they're liking about the show and all that. What did you take from that? Because like every week we always do this thing every week where we rate how the show goes, and we always ask you the chat what you'd rate it. And there's a few people that rate it very, very high, and it kind of makes like you have to kind of like start second guessing yourself. It's like, am I missing something? Am I missing something?
So what I wanted to do for that is that because we said it last week, and go through and leave your comments, and then we'll read them on air and go through and read each one. So the first person to reply was, and thanks, was Toku Kid, Mr. Fountain said, I like the suits and Ridewatches. Give Zio a character and a real goal, not the I want to be king but not evil maybe. So
what do you think about that?
So I agree with him. Like the thing about it is that the time travel aspect is dope. The suits actually look cool to me. I love Zio's suit and everything like that.
The aesthetic, the suits, everything is dope.
Amazing.
Yes, everything
theme song
cool.
is amazing.
Everything
We're still gonna
cool.
make a music video for that when Justin gets back.
Yeah, it's the time the character development and them not having an ironed out time travel thing or ironed out plot. It's kind of just like everything's on the fly, everything's off the cuff. You know, it's I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. We need it like. He's saying that we need a better main character with a more
what if we shift our eyes towards a different character on the show that that changes, like they're from like a background character but they turn into the main character.
That could happen. I would also say
that help it?
That could help it. What also might help it as well is honestly just taking our main character and having him go through some trials and tribulations and make him like change and mature a little bit. Because the thing about it is that the goal he has, as I said before, is a shonen goal. It's kind of like Luffy want to be Pirate King, how Naruto wants to be Hokage, how Goku just wants to be the strongest and best fighter and all these different things. So it makes sense from a shonen standpoint. But the thing about it is that you train, you get better. You have to like work to bit up to that. The thing about it is,
do you think the actor's not depicting that type?
Well, no, it's the writing. He's not struggling because again, like if you ever seen any anime, they go through like a training montage where like a villain shows up, right?
Yeah.
We got to beat that villain, but we have to go do what we got to go train. We got to learn a technique. We got to do all these different things.
Yes.
They're not really doing that. They're just like,
'Cause
hey,
he- like
you were
every-
old writer.
like
Give me
every-
your watch.
yeah.
Click, click. Oh yeah. It's
Every
like,
watch he gets, he immediately like learns it, and he's just that good at it already. He's like, where's the build up? Where's the
the struggle. Where's
Yeah.
the arc at? And that's the thing. He's not having one. As he gets these watches,
Now, if they
he's
gave that
not having-
struggle to Gates, would that help salvage your vision of the show?
Well, no, because if you did that with Gates, it's still our main character who's lackluster. And so that's the thing, though, is that the struggle allows him to earn it and learn something along the way. And if they changed the Gates, it wouldn't work out because we still have Sougo running around being foolish.
Yeah.
Like, they need to make Sougo actually have to earn these power-ups and everything like that and learn things along the way. Because the cool thing about it is, though, if he starts learning this stuff along the way, he'll learn about these other writers. He'll learn, again, not the other writers, like the evil guys, but these past Kamen writers. He'll learn the struggles they went through. He'll learn the mistakes they made and learn from them, and that helps make him a better writer. In a way, helps him make him a better king. But what they're doing right now doesn't make any sense. It's kind of boring.
Like in the one of the Sugos that she was talking to in the beginning, he's saying that he did research on because he had some knowledge of Gaim and what had happened back in like 2013. Maybe I missed. Oh, super chat. Toku Kid says his biggest struggle is that it will take 50 years.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to take a long time.
Oh, I like that. I like that party thing.
That's dope.
Cool.
Okay, so let's go through other comments real quick.
Go for it.
All right, so Nathan Fuller Arendo, sorry if I mispronounced the name.
Okay.
Oh, we got another super chat
from Andros, the Warrior High Alpha.
and it's a $5 super chat.
He says,
"Thanks, Andros."
Looks like I'm gonna have a long work to watch all Kamen Riders. I still call them Mask Riders because I would come up with a better story for them. That would be like if anybody could create a better Mask Rider story for them, that'd be cool.
That would be fun. And the cool thing about it is a lot of these Rider series are actually really cool. So you get a chance to go back and watch them all. You're gonna be on a dope ride. Yeah. It kind of sucks though, to better understand this season, that you have to kind of go back and watch those past Rider series.
I mean, they're with comic books. Like, do they when they're doing a separate story and they're talking about a different like a new character or a character that we've seen years and years before, do they give them a little breakdown?
Of course. So what they'll do is it'll happen through our dialogue. So a lot of times they'll be like, oh, who's that guy? Oh, don't you remember he showed up and destroyed the building and blah, blah, kidnapped Mary Jane? And exactly. And there'll be a little box that says, see Amazing Spider-Man like 479 or whatever. So you get the issue you need to go read, and plus that, you also just informed about it really quickly. You get what you need to understand the story.
Oh, see, if Kamen Rider Zero would do that, go see episode this of Kamen Rider Zero. I mean, that might work.
It would be improvement.
I feel like they should utilize those half episodes with that.
Yes, those half episodes would be the perfect place to kind of like build this story up and explain all these different things, or prepare people for the next episode.
Yeah. So
okay, so Nathan said, I like the suits and the writer watches. Okay, I agree.
So like Toku.
I like the idea of trying to change your destiny. I do like how it went back to the 2-part episode style like previous writer seasons. Okay. I will say the main writer is getting a little better, but not quite there yet. I think the time tracker is some of the best villains we've seen in the writer series.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I'm with you on the time jackers.
Mm-hmm. You want to read the one for John Gatewood?
That was Nathan, right?
Yep.
John Gatewood, he says, I enjoy the stories and the suit and the only thing I would like is more development of Gates and more of Tsukimi and what happened to her in the Oma timeline.
Yeah. I agree. I would like to get more background on Gates and Gates and Tsukumi because they would just make it more interesting.
Sukiyami.
Thank you. Sukiyami. Derek Harvey says improvement on time travel, more original story.
Right, that's what I want. I want like more improvement on time travel.
I'm gonna read one more. That you can read the next comment. Okay. Ryan Earl Thomas, what's up, Ryan Earl?
Ryan.
Says I love time travel in the show and I love these writer suits. So far, I enjoy the season. Dope, happy for you, awesome.
Well, it's good that you guys found something that you enjoy in it. Their time travel's broken. Their time travel is broken.
But there's the next comment. You got that one.
This one comes from a friend of the show's, Daryl Jerdal, whatever. Improve on fucking everything. The only good thing is that fire theme song. That is true. That's true, and that's amazing. That's coming from a Kamen Rider fan. So, if they're saying he's a huge Kamen Rider fan. If he's saying improve,
okay, this one's a long one.
Okay,
so
here we go.
Really quickly. So Kevin D1 says, stacking up episodes after the Wizard one. Zio is an interesting concept. The execution has a 1 to 2 hit miss ratio for me. The rules for time travel are confusing. The show tends to be formulaic.
It's like 1-4 miss.
I wish they would improve. It's still finding a solid foothold. Heck, Bill became good by episode 5. Game after episode 12. Drive by 20. There's still time to improve everything. So that's kind of good to know. That I'm enjoying Potter vs. Lupin right now. Granted, it took us to get to episode 30 something.
When we get to Lupin, I'll tell you my problem with what they're doing right now. But yeah, I like that there are people that still find that silver lining on the show, and we're still getting. It's still early. It's definitely still early. We're only in episode 11. Mm-hmm. It's still early. They could still fix things, but it feels like every time that they get something right, they fall back and they mess up even more.
And it feels long too because every episode's a 2-parter.
Yeah.
So it feels like. So in a way where it should feel like we're on episode 11, I feel like we're actually on episode like 5 or 6.
Yeah. Because
we've only been through like 5 stories because everything takes 2 episodes.
Yeah, it feels super long and they drag out some parts and I don't know. I do like. I think what I like is the time trackers and the look of the writers. That's what I'm enjoying right now.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin had one more thing. What's up, Kevin? I see you in the chat right now.
Nice.
Again, thanks for sharing, everybody. I'm gonna post one for Lupin versus Potter next week.
Kevin, you did make it.
Says, this is my speculation. I think the reason why we are having issues with Zio is because there is no concrete plan how to move the plot since they are doing it on the fly. Even the showrunners don't know who will have the time to show up for a cameo from the previous series. Mostly main writers. Sentai didn't have the issue since there are 5 main characters. Of course, the Reds are the special ones, from what I hear. Takuro Sato, Dino, wants to do a cameo, however, his HC didn't want him to do so. Joe Odagari, or Kuga, is more focused on directing. So that makes sense. So pretty much he's saying is that, like, with the Sentai, they knew who their guest stars were because you had, like, 5, 6, 7 Rangers to choose from for Gokaiger. Mm-hmm. But with this series, you only have, like, 1, 2, maybe 3 writers. Yeah. So you try to get the main one, but if you can't, you go to the backups or the villains, so they're having a hard time, like, working with everybody's schedule.
When have you seen it successful for a story, for a comic book, for a show, or for a movie to just start writing off the top of your head or trying to make these storylines like on the fly? No, you have to have even before super chat. We got a super chat from Toku Kid who says it's like Ghost following the same bad path. Ooh, I really we gotta put that on everything. I do.
See, the problem is though that in the comic writing process, it doesn't happen that often because a lot of times, again, it goes through stages where it's like you have a writer, you have the artist, and everything like that. So things kind of get like, it's so much time taken between making the book. I can write the script out really fast, but by the time the artist is drawing it, he or she may point out something to me that I made a mistake on. Mm-hmm. And so it doesn't really happen there.
Like,
and
he's like, hey, Johnny, this kind of doesn't really coincide. Doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Can we change it a little bit?
One arc takes 6 issues.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about also if you're doing one issue as well, just like a 1 issue story. And then the thing about it is that in animation takes a long time as well. well. Movies, you have the screenplay. Like, honestly, the closest thing you can think to something that's like happening on the fly is like stand-up comedy.
Okay.
Like stand-up comedy is something that happens in the
stand-up
moment.
comedy is hard.
It is, and it's something where you're adjusting to the audience and everything
you're adapting on the fly.
Exactly, but that's the problem with the series is they're not adapting to meet the audience's expectations. They're adapting to meet the expectations of the actors and their schedules, and I think that's like the biggest problem.
I don't know, man. I feel like, I think that's one of the weak parts of the show. Like I like that you guys are finding some of this and that you're pointing this out because it really does help. It kind of helps like look from a different point of view. What would you give this episode?
Okay, let's give the rating. So for this episode, I would have to give it bada bing, bada boom. Realest guys in the room, how you doing? 2.
2 out of 5?
Actually, it's a 1.5.
1.5?
It's honestly, the problem with it is that the ending did it, like, again, when we have 2 Sougos and everything like that, it just kind of ends lackluster. It could have been built up so much more. It was mostly confusing. I don't like the way they're treating Gates right now.
I was confused as shit.
It's just, dude, it's just not good. It's just
I'll
not
give
good.
it.
The suits look dope.
Yeah,
the suits look dope. The song is amazing. I love the way the another writer looked, and the villains are dope. Tell you what, I'll give it a 2 out of 5.
I'll give it a 2. You get 1 for the new suit and 1 for the another writer suit. That's it. You only get 2. You only get 2. Mm-hmm. So let's go to the chat and let's see what they say. Tyrius says 2 out of 2 American writer shows were bad.
Let's see here.
The cool guy says 3 out of 5.
Super Mega Red up at the top said Gaze is whack out of 5.
No, J Boss says Gaim is my favorite. 5 out of 5. We're not talking about Gaim, but we'll be sure to check it out. J Boss, did you feel like this gave justice to Gaim? That's a good.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah. So
question.
let us know.
Toku says 2 out of 5. Love seeing Gaim. So I'm getting. So Gaim is, I guess, Gaim's a beloved series, and I get it. It looks really cool.
I gotta be real. I really want to watch Gaim.
Yeah.
Because again, when he went to that, when Gates went to that other world, and he runs into that guy who's there, which I'm guessing is the Gaim probably. I was like, that dude looks badass. And only that, it's a dance troupe season.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, they're just dancing. It's like America's Best Dance Crew. Gaim's low key a Jabberwocky.
Yeah.
I'm all on board for this. Like, I want to check this out. Maybe they go to Vegas at some point and do a residency. Like, I kind of want to see.
Alatoria says 3 out of 5 out of 5. Edward Sanchez 3 out of 5 out of 5. Super Mega Red. Okay, Super Mega Red's on our side. He's seeing it. Blackwing 3.5 out of 5. You guys are very generous. 4 out of 5 for Champion, and Layla says the writers of Zio should watch Go Kaiger out of 5.
Yep, and then we don't want to miss this one. DDD Cosplay Gathering SAWFT soft for this week's episode.
What is that?
It's a wrestling thing. That was why I said realest guys in the room. It's a wrestling thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Shout out people who picked up on it.
So we're almost on the same page. We're getting closer to being on the same page. But you guys always hit up THS hashtaggers. We'll have that. We'll keep that thread open. You guys could keep keep that thread going so we can see what are the things you guys enjoy about it. But now
Lupin to the Pat.
Let's be real.
I'm
a little on the fence about it.
Really?
On the fence about it.
Oh wow! I'm usually the one who's on the fence about Lupin.
Yeah.
This week's episode.
No, I still want to see what's going on. I have a few theories of what's going on. So first off, did you? I don't know. Like, it was definitely a filler episode. It was definitely a filler. Like we were talking about. We're at super chat. He says Gaim Toku Kid. Thank you Toku. Says Gaim is Magica Madoka but with writers.
Magic Madoka, the anime, right? Yeah, it's cool. Oh, really? So Magic Madoka is this cool anime. It's actually on Netflix right now.
Okay.
You've seen Sailor Moon, right?
Yeah.
So if they did like Sailor Moon, but it was all dark, and like Sailor Scouts could die.
Ooh.
And so that's pretty much what Magic Madoka is. It's a really dope series. I like it. It's one of my favorite animes because they deconstruct it and take something that's really lighthearted and makes it really darker.
Nice.
So if Gaim is like that, that means it's a Kamen Rider series, which means it's really dark and there's some death. Yo, we might need to do Gaim for a little old school Henshin review.
Check out some stuff.
Check out some Gaim.
Nice.
Okay, so get into it. So tell me, let's jump right into it.
Okay, so
what didn't you like about this week's episode?
Okay, we're at episode 40 of the season. 40. Which, like, what? We have, like, 10 or 12 episodes left. And you're still hitting us with these fluffer, these like...
Doesn't mean what you think.
Yeah, I said fluffer. With these, like, these cheap-ass stories that have nothing to do with the actual, like, plot. What did you... I mean, there are fun parts. There are definitely fun parts.
Okay, so for me... I agree with you. Like, again, being this far in and knowing they're only 10 episodes away, I'm like, we really don't have time for filler. We have filler for the first, 20, 25 episodes. At this point in time, we need to get it moving. However, as a fan of comedy, I was low key cracking up in some parts. One, I loved it when they started telling the Lupin Red, and they were trying to follow him around, figure out what was going on with them. And then there's a point where she's like, maybe he's going to go to a dance thing or whatever.
Her story, her elaborate story.
Oh no,
was the best.
No, not that one. The one where it's like they're following around, and she thinks she's going to a dance thing, and he shows them in the leotards or whatever. He's like,
no.
Lupin was like, never speak of that again.
Never speak of that again.
That had me cracking up. I was dying right there. And then when they run into the manatee, but he also looks like, what's that thing called, Daniel? It's
Dugong.
Dugong. It was like they were trying to figure out which one is which. I was dying laughing because the police were trying to figure it out, and I love how they showed video for us. I was like, they look exactly the same.
This is literally the only thing they did in the episode. Oh my god,
that was bad. The fact that was the only thing they did in the episode was terrible. God. But I love is she's like, why
even bring them in? Why even pay them for that scene? Honestly,
low key is like paying them for this scene is akin to you going to work on Friday, falling asleep on the couch.
Oh,
that's pretty much what happened.
You guys pretty much did what I did on Friday.
Exactly.
Okay,
They're just like, we're just gonna mail this in.
We're mailing it in.
Oh man, but all right. So I love that. That was hilarious to me.
The game looked pretty cool.
That manatee was dope. I actually enjoyed him. I was like, he's fun. His power was kind of ridiculous, but just add to the fun of the episode.
I kind of forgot
how they started overwarring things.
I forgot. He shot lasers. Then what are they? And everything kind of just went over my head. Oh, did I turn off the gas or whatever? Mm-hmm. Everything just went.
Did I lock the door? And as soon as he did that, I was like, oh, it's a worrying power. Okay, we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah.
And so then after that, they go into their stories.
Yeah.
And so what do you think about the stories?
The stories, I think I liked Umika's stories a lot. Because what's his name stories are just so out there. A woodpecker's gonna come in, he's gonna pop your big belly. It's like, really? What? The other one's like, they're having she's like, they're having a conversation. They're gonna fall in love and then they're gonna get divorced and he's gonna live by himself. It's like, dang, that's so elaborate.
Dude, it was
just
so
from
deep.
him talking to some random person and then at the end of it, we're really worried for you. I was like, super chat. It comes from Ukiya Senpai, PHP. I think that's Filipino pesos. That's interesting. You guys seriously need to watch the other Lupin 2 special. Events in the special will play into later episodes. Also, it's pretty dope special. The Lupin 2 special.
Okay, we'll check that out. Thanks for the recommendation. We'll check out this week.
Thank you.
And thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Yukiya Senpai.
Yeah. But yeah, I did. Both of them were funny. Both of them were elaborate. Oh, he's gonna try everything on the menu. He's gonna eat everything. It's just gonna get pretty fat and. They're both pretty funny, and then the funniest part though is they're doing all this, going all crazy, and then you just see Noelle behind. It's like,
what's wrong
with you guys? What the hell is wrong with you guys?
So,
right there.
So while I did find it funny, I do agree with you because one, it's a big filler, and two, it didn't advance the storyline forward in any ways that I like because again, they opened.
Well, I mean, towards the end, a little bit with. Kairi and Kiichiro, he's
a little bit, yeah. but here's my problems though. So one, they open up the episode strong. They're talking about where's Kairi at, and it's like, oh, he's off doing this, and they think he's actually looking for what's the dude's name who freezes people?
Zamigo.
Zamigo. They think he's looking for Zamigo, which I was like, oh, this is smart because this is what we talked about last week. They're kind of neglecting their Lupin collection duties. They go and look for Zamigo because they realize if we just beat Zamigo, we get our families back now. And I was like, this is dope. So I'm like, Kairi's walking around searching for Zamigo.
It's you're playing Mario Kart. It's like, ooh, I found a shortcut. Let me just take that shortcut.
And so that's what I thought they were going to do, but it didn't actually play out that way because I thought Kairi was looking for Zamigo.
They're also trying to keep everybody else on the outs. They're not telling the butler. They didn't want to involve him.
Which is dope because it shows they don't trust him as well.
Yeah, they still don't trust him. He's a shady guy. He's a shady guy that can change into anybody he wants with a stupid mask.
Exactly. Again, he could be Zamigo.
He could. Oh, wow. And also, what do you call it? Kiichiro could be the Lupin.
You love this theory.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it.
But I don't. But here's the thing, though. But what I didn't like is because remember my theory from last week about how Kairi and Lupin Red could end up being the new head of the Ganglers or whatever. This is actually a step back for him because at the end of the episode where he gives the video game to Patranger and they start growing closer, I'm like, I didn't want to see that so soon. Plus, it didn't seem like it earned because it was like, what caused him to do this here? Yeah. And so that I didn't like about it. And
so he gave him a video game for what?
I don't know, because I guess because he felt like he was like starting to ignore
It's like
people
to
and stuff
connect,
like that.
yeah.
It was a callback to when he asked him what he was playing.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, that part of I got. The thing that I didn't understand is what was the motivation for him giving him the game now? There was nothing that changed his character making him give him the game now.
Because Noel had talked to him before they started fighting, and he had said like, your teammates are worried about you. Everyone's worried about you. Things are you're aloof. Something's going wrong.
Exactly, and it kind of felt like a waste right there.
Super
But we got a super chat.
Ukiya
Super
Senpai
chat!
says, I mean other Patron too. Okay, cool. We'll definitely check out that movie. We gotta find it first.
For sure. Thank you, Ukiya Senpai.
Yeah. So he's like, it's like he's looking at everybody. He's looking at the concern on their faces, and he's like, well, let me put them at ease, and let me show that I'm not trying to push too many people away. Let me break that ice with Kiichiro, you know. So I mean, I thought that part was fun. I did enjoy the very end part where they're kind of coming together, and I enjoy those scenes where they're coming together and you show them as like a group, as a team.
Yeah.
Yet they still don't know.
Exactly, which was cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like we were saying, I agree. It was cool to see them all together. But the problem with it is, though, is that, again, it just kind of felt like a waste of episode. We could have really moved the plot forward. We could have developed that whole Zamigo thing.
But what if they don't? What if they don't?
More.
Maybe they're doing this because they really don't have like that
a plan.
Not a plan, but they don't. They feel like the payoff's gonna. They could do the payoff in like the last 5 episodes or whatever.
I hope not, because again, I want to see it build up to it. Because the other problem I have with this episode too is, and I keep saying it was a waste, because at the end we saw that cool thing where both Lupin Red and Noel used their like super forms and everything like that, and I'm like, you use the super form on the manatee?
That's what we were saying. It's like,
on
dude, it's overkill. You guys are overkill. Not just one of you, but both of you guys pull out your super modes. It's like,
for the manatee?
He's not. I don't know. They went all out.
No, and then what I really got upset about was that when they went to the Zords, they had all 5 Lupin Kaisers.
It was a trick.
And I was like, but again, I'm like, and you had the gun Zord there too, and I was like, and you had Noel Zord, so you had 3 Zords plus some bonus from like,
it's
for the manatee,
man.
For the manatee.
The manatee did dodge one.
Yeah, he dodged
it's
one.
So much overkill though.
It's like once he dodged that one, it's like, oh, he's a threat now, everybody.
And then another thing that I didn't like is like after all this craziness happened, and they defeat the Gangler, they got the piece, and they get back, and then the police come like as if nothing. It's like, why are you telling them like secret police information? Oh, it's in
the press release.
But they just come in just to do that. I feel like, God, man, you're missing.
And only that though, they dropped the ball because remember the beginning episode when the manatee's looking through the book and he's learning all this information about him.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, the manatee is smart. He's got a plan.
Yeah,
manatee have no plan. Manatee's low key writing for Zio, I think.
Oh, okay. He's the writer. He's writing for Zio.
Exactly, he's writing for Zio. He was like, need to do some research.
Man.
They dropped the ball here.
It's an okay episode. There are some fun scenes, but it doesn't push the plot.
No,
it doesn't push the plot. They have some fun scenes, but it definitely doesn't push the plot.
It served no purpose. And then when he goes to find him,
like
again,
if,
I was hoping
if you could take out this episode and still nothing will change. Like everything is kind of resolved.
Exactly,
nothing
would do nothing.
Way.
Except for that one little video game moment, which is a throwaway thing almost because of the way it played out.
And the dog is super cute though, and I liked how Pink was just like, oh, can I hold it? Can I hold it? But other than that,
I would have loved if he had went there and there would have been like a board up with all these different things. Oh yeah, it was adorable. It was cute. But I would love if they went into that room and instead was like a board. It had all these picture sightings of like Zamigo over the city, and it was again Kairi researching about how to find Zamigo. Yeah. And there was like, you know what, you don't have to do this on your own. We're a team. We can do this together. See, that would have been better for me.
Another thing that didn't make sense too is when they're following Kairi, they are master thieves. They're like really good at doing this. How does he not know that he's being followed by the other two? Like they're not even that far. I don't know.
Oh, that's just
it doesn't make any sense. But I mean,
that's Looney Tunes.
That's
Looney. Try to make sense of that.
I'm trying to make sense of everything. But all in all, what would you give this episode?
So out of 7 Lupin Rangers?
7 Lupin Rangers. Yes.
So out of 7 Rangers, I would have to give this one out of 7, and I'll probably go ahead and give it 2.5.
I'll give it a 3. Just because there are some fun scenes. I enjoyed it. And Nagami doesn't have this, but someone hit us up on Twitter, and they're showing us pictures. I mean, it's kind of pointless because we're not going to get to see it for like 2 years or so, but there's going to do a Lupat and Q Ranger team.
Crossover, yeah, I saw that. Wait, it's 2 years away?
Well, it's because by the time that the movie gets released and then it gets subbed, and then it takes a while.
Does it?
Yeah,
It's
we
2
still
years from now?
we still haven't watched the Q Ranger.
I thought we get it like this year, like within a couple months or so.
Well, it still has to hit theaters in like December or something.
Oh, we'll get it. We'll figure out a way. We'll get it. We got
But cool.
contacts.
But I mean, well, let's see what you guys thought about the episode. Super Mega Red said Lupat not into Lupat out of 5.
Oh,
Okay. Layla says the doggy was cute out of 7.
nice.
Ratwing says waiting for Lupat to be over out of 7.
I love how they just got these witty comebacks right now.
Huh? Alturia says 1 out of 5. This episode was 100% skippable.
Yes, it was.
True. J Boss 1 out of 5. And Anthony Davis says 2.5 out of 5. Kevin Duwan says 3 out of 7. And Super Mega Red says not into Loop. Oh, he said that already.
Yeah.
Not into Loop out over 7. He changed the 5 to a 7.
Yo, I gotta say though, it was kind of funny though when we first started talking about started talking about Lupat. J Boss came in and was like, talk about Lupat. Let me get my pillow. I was like, wow,
Damn.
wow, J Boss, wow.
That's how I feel like when we start talking about Zio. Honestly.
You see, the problem is, the reason why we're so into Lupat right now is because Zio is
Yes.
so bad.
So-
when we were watching Bill, and Bill was
Honestly,
so good. Oh my God.
when we were watching Bill, we were shitting on Lupat. I was like,
We
this is
were.
garbage. This is garbage. And then we got Zio.
Zio.
It's like, oh, maybe it's not garbage. I'm kind of enjoying it now.
He's like,
What
thank
is
God
that?"
for Lupat. Thank God for Lupat. It gives us hope right
Man,
now.
Oh my God, it's gonna be so hard. But I am excited. I am excited for because we're coming to an end with this Super Sentai, but we're gonna get a new Super Sentai, and it
yeah.
looks interesting. It's pretty
It
cool.
does. Like, I'm excited for this new Super Sentai.
Yeah, dragons. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Man, like we have mystical, magic, all this kind of stuff, swords and dragons and flying.
Well, last time Power Rangers did magic, it wasn't a big hit, but we'll see.
It wasn't, but we gotta talk about that someday because because that season actually, when you're watching episode, it's like but when you look at the grand scheme of what they were doing, it makes sense. It's actually pretty fun.
You're talking about Magi Ranger, or you're talking about
Mystic Force.
Really? In
Yeah.
the grand scheme of things, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
if you watch it as an entire series, like one, that was like, oh, I get what you're doing. But if you're watching on an episodic basis, it does have a lot of problems.
Yeah, I do like watching like Super Sentais or watching Power Rangers and going back and watching the Sentai counterpart of it and seeing how different.
Yeah, me
different
too.
It really
Me
is.
too.
That's very
because it's funny, like because what you call it? What's the? It happened after Galaxy. What's the name of the one where Carter Grayson's the leader?
Oh, Lightspeed Rescue.
Lightspeed Rescue.
Go
Lightspeed Rescue is such a dope series. I feel as Loki.
You and Joe keep saying that. I need
It
to
is
go
one of the
back.
best Loki series people skip over because Carter Grayson is a beast Red Ranger.
Really?
Yeah, he is so gangster.
He looks like
he is so gangster.
He looks like that quarterback in high school that you're like, oh, he's kind of a douche. I don't even want to talk to him, but you really
But
don't know.
he's the
but
opposite
a nice
though.
guy,
Like
yeah.
he's a quarterback who could be a douche, but instead he's a badass who looks out for everybody.
Yeah.
He's so cool. But and I've seen parts of Lightspeed Rescue, and I kind of want to watch the Japanese version of it.
Go 5, yeah, definitely. That was on the last year I was in Japan, and I think I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool because they had those train things.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about it was and we should watch that and do again a comparison because when their suits, the reason they have the visors that way is because they show parts of the face, and then when they drop there are times where the black will disappear, you can see their faces, but over their mouth they have things like this covering it.
Yeah,
they're all digital and everything like that.
So their identity isn't totally revealed.
Yeah. All right, so Jezzer. So wrapping up.
What?
I was gonna say where can everybody find you, but everybody knows where to find you at.
Yeah, you can find me at all social media at Jezzer Zeus.
And of course, you can always find me at Johnny P313 on all social media, and always hear that hashtag show.
And I'd like to thank Ukuya Senpai. We had Toku Kid. We had Andros the Warrior High Alpha and Super Mega Red for your super chats. Thank you guys so much for all that. Thank you again for joining us on your Saturday. We hope that you guys had a very happy Thanksgiving, and if you guys went Black Friday shopping, hopefully you didn't get hurt because I always watch those trampling videos on YouTube. It's hilarious and also kind of sad, but I can't stop watching. Yep. But you guys, thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday.
And I was gonna say, if you get the chance, look for me in the TH Hashtagers group because I have some cool things to talk to you guys about. Because over this past week, I've been off and I watched a lot of stuff. Yeah. So I want to hear what you guys have to say about She-Ra. I binge watched that whole show, The Haunting of Hill House.
I haven't seen that
I'm
one
on
yet.
5 episodes in. It is so good. So I hear people's thoughts about that, and I just watched this dope documentary that you'll like. You probably already seen it.
What is it?
Have you seen the documentary Turtle Power?
No, I haven't seen it. Is it on there? Oh,
dude! So the documentary Turtle Power tells the entire history and creation of like the turtles. It is so dope. They go into the movie background and everything.
I'm gonna check that out, you guys. If you're in the chat and you're not on THS Hashtaggers, be sure to find THS Hashtaggers on Facebook so we can talk to you about what we hate about. I'm just kidding. What we like and dislike about these shows. You guys, we're gonna keep that thread open. So keep hitting us with what you enjoy about the show. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with everything trending
and geek pop culture. Peace.